coolest Honda's ever.
Now, our job as parents is to embarrass the hell out of her. So what do we have here, babe? What happened?
Staying warm. Their outdoor wood boiler.
Woo! Three three-wheelers and a little four-wheeler? Haha, that's gonna be awesome. Just when you think you can't get any sexier, I tell you. Awesome stuff.
Okay, well, this is our 1972 Arctic Cat Kitty Cat. And I was looking for one for my son, and what do you know, I score a 72. Of all years, a 72. That's the first year they made them. Super cool to find that and get that deal. It came with our metal gas tank. A bunch of other junk that we don't really want. And so we don't need this gas tank, we don't need that. Came with some new carburetor, but it also came with a bag of carburetor. So, I wonder what this is supposed to look like. And if any of you are aware or familiar with these, you know that a carburetor for this is like 250 bucks. So we don't have to buy one of those. Luckily, this is probably a $20 carburetor. I guess the guy was hoping this would work. I'm going to try to get this one working, and I'm pretty good at figuring carburetors out. Today, yeah, this will be on another video. Let's see if we can get this one going. But today, I'm going to try to put this together. This is the pull start. Let's see what it is. Oh, there's the spring. That's always awesome. And the most important thing is that the tips are there. So that bend is there, and that bend is there. Usually what happens is they snap off, and that really messes them up. So because those are there, I should be able to wind this and fix this. If I can, well, that's the next most valuable part. The carburetor and the pull start. And, well, the track is good. And everything else seems pretty good. Oh, the gas tank would be pretty valuable, I guess. Everything's plastic. Only 72 had a metal one, so that's really cool to have that. To figure that out. I wonder if that's in here. I don't know. I want to dig through this. It's just a whole bunch of nuts and bolts and carburetor. Cool. So let me go see if I can put this together. I'm curious. What are you doing there, bud?
Tools.
Yeah, what is that? That's pull start? You know what the best thing is? You don't even know what that pull start's for, do you? Doesn't matter. It's a pull start, right? And you're fixing it? So I will say one of the biggest problems when you're doing this, you're probably going to put this whole stupid thing together, wind it all up, and then finally get the C-clip on. It's an E-clip, not a C-clip. On there, let go, and it's going to push the string out. You're going to wind it backwards. It happens like almost every time I rebuild one of these things. I end up winding it all up and putting it backwards, or you don't wind it enough, and now it doesn't suck the cord all the way in. I will say that's better than overwinding it to where it's too much and breaks your spring. So take it easy and be ready to put this whole thing together, take it apart, and put it together again the second time. It usually goes together a little faster the second time once you know what you're doing. So, well, let's see if we can figure this out the first time. But odds are probably going to be good that I'm going to mess it up. Okay, so the trick is to just keep winding and winding this spring. And then you want to see the way the tension is going. See, it's pulling that way. So if I put this in just like this with the tension going that way, it's going to kick the string out. So I have this upside down at the moment. I need to flip this over when I put it back in there. Let's see if I can do that. It's really tight. My fingers are killing me. Okay, so I managed to flip it over. I have it hooked on that centerpiece. It's in there. Now I have to grab that part with the hook on the end on that little slot right there as I wind this up and drop it in. Yeah, that's the fun part. So it's probably going to take 50 tries to get this, and all of a sudden you get it, and the spring goes, and you got to start all over again. I probably have to wind this spring even tighter so it fits inside of that. Huh. See how I can do this. This is going to be this is where it gets really tricky. Time and just practice. Okay, well, here's how this goes. You'll get the whole thing together, but I can pull it. Very little tension. I get to here, and now it's retracting. That was horrible. Gets to here. Now it's retracting, so I have about a foot of extra cord. So somehow I have to lift this up, put a couple more windings. It's going to be impossible. Hey, it's not spitting it out, so at least I'm that far along. It could actually work, but we got to get this right. So we want this to pull even tighter. Man, that sucker was so wound up, and just quick drop it in, and Hope for the better. Okay, so no matter what I seem to do, I can't get it to wind tighter than that. And this works to where when I pull it now, it's retracting. So what I'm going to do is put the rest of this together. Then I'm going to take this end off. I'll take this knot out, pull it through here, put a couple more wraps on this, and then fish this back out through here and tie the knot back in. That should pull the string tight, wind this the final bit, and be good to go. So let's try that. I can only do this so many times. I must have tried this 20 times, and it just won't get any tighter than that. My fingers are like, woo! Okay, so that part went together real easy, and if you pull it, see the paws come right out of there. Now, fish this out. We have this knot here. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut this end. I would highly advise you get a screwdriver and some needle nose pliers for this, because when you fish this string through here, you're going to have to pull this rope up through here and then run it around this cage a few times. One direction or the other. I don't remember which way it is. I think it's this way. So when you finally pull it through, it's tight, and then when you release, it's got tension. So you want to pull it through so it's really tough here, so that when you pull it through, then you got to fish it back down through here, which is why I say to have a screwdriver. Another handy thing to do might be to get yourself a little nail that you could kind of push down in there. And also probably a lighter, because you're going to want to cut this on a little bit of an angle, like a 45, and then melt it. Because you're never going to push a frayed string through that hole. So if you have it on an angle and it's melted, that makes it a lot easier. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, I cut that on the best angle I could. Okay, then heat it up with the lighter quick, melt it, and then rub your finger over it. It'll burn you a little bit, but it's not too bad. That gives you a nice hard point, and that hard, sharp point is what you need to push through there. So that'll help you. Good luck. So make sure right when you pull this part through here, you're ready to grab that with the tweezer, or tweezers will work, with the pliers, because once you lose that, it's almost impossible to get it back. So right there, now I'll grab that. So if you're able to pull it and get it into that spot on the tab, that'll help you dramatically for winding this up. So now, we just have to wind this a few times. Okay, let me keep going around and around. I'm going to have to do this with both hands. And make sure you're going the right way. Obviously, I need to go this way so when it releases, the tension is pulling it back in. So clockwise it is as I slowly go around. And I can feel the tension now. I want to do one more turn around it. Okay, so now that I have plenty of tension on this, I just have to push that piece back through and fish it through that hole. With that, try your screwdriver. Be your best bet. Okay, so I pushed it with the screwdriver, turn it a little bit, and there it is. Now I grab... Oh no, I just did that and the whole top came off. Uh-oh. Okay, so after you pull this through, just tie a knot, and then you can fish that back in. So what happened here is this C-clip likes to come off of there. So it's an E-clip, not a C-clip. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a problem or if I need to put a washer under that. Let's see how this works here. Yeah, I don't like how that's walking away with that C-clip, so I think I'm going to put a washer underneath that and see if that makes a difference. Because if it walks it off of there again, I'm in trouble. Or it needs to be tighter. Because that's probably what happened in the first place. The C-clip probably came off while he was riding it or something, and that was that. Yeah, I can pinch that tighter. I'm going to pinch that C-clip together. That's probably all I have to do. What are you doing there, bud?
Toys.
Yeah, what is that? Let's pull start? You know what the best thing is? You don't even know what that pull start's for, do you? Doesn't matter, it's a pull start, right? And you're fixing it? That is just the best thing ever. Right? Yeah!
Have a great day, everyone.